Today, the star of the show is none other than Siddharth Jain, who is the director of the Inox Group. Siddharth, thank you for having us.
My pleasure, Avanne. Welcome.
And our set for the day is the lovely Inox insignia that's newly opened at Atria in Worli. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be one blockbuster show. So Siddharth, let's wind the clock back, talk at the very beginning, where your family really dabbled into various industries before coming down to the conclusion that it was the film exhibition sector to focus on. Let's talk about your journey. How has it been?
So it's been now about 17 years. We started in the year 2001. Traditionally, the Inox Group has been into manufacturing, and in 1999 we decided to diversify from the manufacturing sector more into the services industry. So we've actually hired McKinsey and we did a year-long study, and we came up back then as the multiplex industry as something to venture into. And ever since then, you know, we just got right into it, and it's been 480 screens ever since, and a successful 17 years.
A successful 17 years it sure has been. Now, I understand that you said that you're in talk with some single screen players as well who don't have the expertise to get into the multiplex sector, which is where you would come in. But I want to understand your positioning. Is it that of a high-end cinema, or would you also like to penetrate into tier 2 and 3 cities?
So primarily we don't operate single screen cinemas. What we do is we partner with the owners of the single screen cinemas, and they convert it into a multiplex. So usually a single screen cinema would have about 1,200 seats or 1,500 seats, and what they do is they break it down into smaller screens, maybe of 200 or 300 seats each. And that's what since we have the expertise of operating a multiplex, whether it's the food and beverage, whether it's the advertising revenues, the programming, the relationships with all the film producers, etc. That's our expertise in USP, whereas a single screen doesn't have that bandwidth and those connections. So we work well together. They become our landlords eventually. Okay. And whether it's tier 2 or tier 3 towns, you know, we are agnostic to it. We expand everywhere.
Okay. Now let's talk about your ad revenue per screen. I understand that it's about 40 to 50% less than that of your peers. What is the outlook on your ad revenue per screen and your overall growth targets? What are you targeting internally?
Sure. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, our ad revenue clearly has been a challenge in the past few years. But if you do look at our numbers in the past 2 quarters, you will see a significant improvement. We're up almost 50% year on year. And I do hope that that continues in the quarters to come. We've taken some significant steps to try and improve those numbers. And as you can see, one of the reasons we are standing in this property is that we've gone through a very conscious effort over the past 12 months to upgrade our cinemas and really explain to our viewers, our customers, and to our clients, the advertisers, that Inox is truly a premium brand. You know, I hope other guests feel the same way, you know, when they do come here.
I have no doubt while I'm standing here that I do. Let's delve into numbers as well. When it comes to the overall margin picture, that stands at about 14.5% from the previous quarter, Q2. And even the overall you know, ticket prices have gone up to about 183. What is the outlook when it comes to the overall margin picture and your ticket prices?
So, you know, margins are directly connected with footfalls. And as and when content improves, as we see better films coming and our occupancy ratios going up, we clearly believe that our margins will cross 20%. Currently, last quarter, as you rightly mentioned, we were at 14. I think the quarter before that, we were at 16 or 17, with a very strong pipeline of Padmavati and Tiger Zinda Hai and many others next quarter. You know, we are very confident that we should be going towards the 20 mark. It's not that difficult. We should be able to get there.
Okay, I'm sure your investors would be pleased to hear that. Let's talk about the overall F&B concept. That's become big with a lot of cinemas, you know. You're offering such a variety. I mean, we're talking makhana today.
Makhana, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the new popcorn.
Absolutely. So customers are just really not, spoiled for choice.
Yes.
When it comes to your overall percentage of sales, your non-box office revenues, what is the overall F&B contribution? Do you plan to scale that up?
Currently, we're at about 22% of our overall revenues are F&B, and I do feel that our patrons do have the ability to spend a lot more and consume a lot more food. When we compare ourselves to the West, the percentage of food and beverage consumption compared to the ticket is far greater, and I think India will get there. All we need to do is give our consumers a much better choice and offerings. As you can see, we have makhana here. We are going to roll this out to the rest of our properties as well. Currently, it's primarily in the metros. But as you can see here, we offer, I think there were 100 items on a menu. So when you give consumers the choice, I'm sure they'll consume.
Absolutely. Now, analysts are saying that the best is yet to come. We're talking about Q3, where, like you said, there's Padmavati, there's Tigers in the Hair, big films in the pipeline. What exactly is in store for us, and is the best yet to come?
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. This year, this calendar year of 2017, we've opened 4 of our 7-star properties at Nariman Point, Metro, our city, and now Insignia. And in addition, we opened one in Bangalore. We'll be opening another one in Delhi in December, January. So as a company, we're going to be opening about 45 screens this year, out of which I think 15 are already opened, another 30 yet to come. As a brand, as a multiplex chain, we are clearly going to be the #1 chain very soon.